Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. This is going to be a video for Pisces. So I hope everyone is doing well. Good morning, good morning. I'm just trying to still get set up here. So let me see what I can move around and rearrange. Okay, so Pisces. Where do I want to start? I gotta turn this down because I don't want to get flagged in my video for having music in the background. So, sorry guys, let me just set this up. Okay, so I do believe Mercury is in retrograde, nothing to be afraid of. I do feel like it's been very intense, like more like shock factor. Like I feel like there's more of a shock factor going on with whatever energy is present right now. So we're going to start with the energy oracle cards, and I'm going to see what I can get off of here. This over here. Pisces. And just so that everyone is aware, I am open and taking personal readings. So if you are interested in personal readings, please feel free to email me and we can talk about it via email. But I am open for those. So Pisces, let's get started. Okay. Blossoming abundance. Whoa, what's going on here? Hang on a second. I don't know. There's a significance with an owl, like a barn owl, like the bird, like an owl. OWL. There's some significance with that. Also, bumblebees are coming back to me. I don't know why, but they've been significant for a couple months now. Like they keep coming up symbolically. So you have blossoming abundance here, so something looks really good. Like it's in the beginning stages, but you're coming out of, for blossoming abundance, it's always a time period where you're coming out of like maybe a heavier energy and you're stepping into a more lighthearted energy. Like it's like the clearing after the storm in a way for me as a reader whenever I experience this energy. Because it kind of reminds me of strength. Like you have to kind of like walk down a path to get to where this is. And the path might be like, through some woods, a little bit, you got to climb over things, watch your step, that kind of stuff. I don't know if you're like spending time in nature more, or you're just focused on that. I do see like, there's a strong emphasis right now on ancestors and guides, whomever you connect and source with. So this is reconnection too, to like the land. You might be visiting like a body of water, or you might see a body of water, or like you feel pulled to some type of body of water. But there's like a reconnection that's kind of like going to take place, or needs to take place, or maybe is the center focus of something. But this is like connecting back to the land for sure, like grounding yourself, and also being able to experience abundance in the present moment. Not so much not so much like living in the future or the past, but living in the present moment. Experiencing abundance as it is around you currently. Yeah, I kind of felt that with this anxiety here. Like the anxiety card came out, and I kind of felt that when I was talking about like that path where it's like it kind of reminds me of the strength card a little bit, where like you kind of might have had to go through some like hurdles and stuff to kind of get to this point. And so the way that the anxiety card came out, it kind of came out like kind of flipped, right? So that kind of tells me that you are seeing something or someone is seeing something. There's some type of recognition and like coming out of a state of anxiety, like no longer having fear towards something, no longer questioning something, kind of releasing that and focusing on this on the present moment. You might be worried about something. Like I don't know if maybe you feel disconnected. Like the word disconnected is coming to me, and then reconnection came to me. So now I'm getting disconnected. So I don't know if there was an energy that just felt like off, where maybe you're just kind of like stagnant and it's like giving you anxiety because you're like I don't know what's going on. Like maybe you feel farther, like there's this like feeling of feeling far away from oneself, if that makes sense. Like I don't know why I just heard like objects in the mirror. I don't know what that is. Like I don't know if that's a song or if that's like a piece of writing. Like I don't know what that is, but it might have some type of significance. Objects in the mirror. I don't know what that means. But there's anxiety here. But it's like you're looking at something, you see something blossoming, but I don't know if you're worried about maybe how it's going to go down. Like you're worried about how something's taking place. But there's an emphasis here on needing to reconnect, to ground yourself, to connect back into the land, to like kind of like anchor yourself. I'm literally seeing like an anchor, but like it's kind of more like anchor yourself into like the earth, like as if like you were a tree. Like imagine yourself being a tree and imagine yourself having these roots that go all the way down into the earth, that are so strong, that are so like they're just you're flourishing in the soil around you. And these roots are like so strong in this earth that they're holding you just like a tree. And trees are flexible because trees have to experience weather. So trees have to move and sway and be able to move with the winds. You see what I'm saying? So like trees are adaptable to their surroundings, but it's being strong like a tree. And so like when you imagine yourself really rooted into the land and imagine yourself just being this tree with these beautiful branches, like that's kind of the imagery that I'm seeing of like maybe you're going to take time out to refocus your energy on that, you know, just really grounding yourself, really just kind of reshifting that. But I feel like there's some type of like it might be a decision or like a choice that you need to make or a decision that you have to make that might be causing anxiety or fear or anxious thoughts, really. So you have the magician in the mirror, and that's crazy because I said objects in the mirror, and this is magician and the mirror. So, oh, a minute. And adjacent possibilities. I am kind of seeing this as if it were to be a little bit of like a, I don't want to call it like a dark night of the soul, but this is some, like somebody's doing some work to get to a place of where they feel connected, enlightened, aware. It's like an epiphany moment. Somebody's like done the work on themselves. They're coming at the magician. This magician card is always kind of like the hermit for me. And this is somebody who kind of like takes that time to reflect, to balance these energies, to kind of like harness the power that they have within themselves. So this could be like an overcoming. It's like you're like, okay, like I'm going to transform this energy. There's adjacent possibilities here too. That's kind of like I don't know if that's what's kind of giving anxiety, and then it's like you're transmuting that energy, or somebody's choosing to transmute that energy instead of staying in the anxiety of it, or maybe somebody wasn't seeing all the possibilities around them. And I think that that's very fitting for Gemini season, especially right now, because it's, again, Gemini is all about like seeing everything. So like the subconscious, the conscious, like it's diving deep. It's like all the different ins and outs and possibilities. It's air energy. It's very intellectual. It's very quick. It's very moving. It's Gemini energy. So it's very fitting for this. But this is like, maybe somebody didn't fully see how many possibilities they really had. And it's like all these avenues and possibilities, but there's one opportunity that's really just front and center, that it's like you see it, or someone sees it. And this is somebody putting in that work with the magician in the mirror and learning how to go within themselves and really harness that power within themselves and overcome this anxiety and this fear. Because with this blossoming abundance card that we have here, like I said a couple minutes ago, like there was this energy before this anxiety card came out that it's like it takes, like, this is a journey to get to this abundance. So I feel like this energy is that tail end of that journey, where it's like you're still coming out of that path, you're still kind of moving through the brush in order to get to this little opening where it's, really pretty, and it's abundant, and there's flowers and there's all kinds of stuff. It's like you got to move through that forest, you got to move through those woods, and sometimes it's dark, sometimes you see the sun, sometimes you feel like you went down the wrong path, but it's overcoming those obstacles on that journey. And with the magician in the mirror, it's like somebody went on a journey, like really went on a journey within themselves. And I feel like somebody really went on a journey and really uncovered a lot about themselves. Like somebody went within and opened up all these doors that they had shut for so long. And it's like rediscovering all these like little things about yourself. Like I'm even hearing like, what is it? What is that? I'm seeing like literally somebody going and getting themselves. It's like somebody is like going back to get parts of themselves that maybe got stuck in situations where it's like, when, like, for example, like when something traumatic happens to us, there's a term there's a term called soul retrieval. And there's a woman named Sandra Ingerman who does a beautiful job. Like her work is beautiful, but look her up and I'll let her explain her work in soul retrieval, and it is absolutely beautiful. But this is kind of this is like that, where somebody is going into themselves and finding those parts of themselves that maybe got lost, or maybe got stuck, or maybe got frozen in time. And it's like retrieving those parts of themselves and coming back with that power and that balance. So I hope that resonates. And again, the person, Sandra Ingerman, she just look her up. like my explanation will not do it justice. Listen to her, listen to what she says when it comes to like her work in soul retrieval, and just her work in general. It's really good. I feel really called right now to kind of speak about it. So for those of you who are interested in stuff like this, Sandra Ingerman is a really good person to just read her work. Read her work. It's amazing. Listen to her videos. Like, just, you be the judge of it. But, well, I mean, you get what I mean. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But if it resonates with you, then absolutely, then I feel better, because it's like, I'm here to help, like I just want to help and give, as many tools as I possibly can to help other people go through things that I myself have gone through as well. So, again, her work is beautiful. She has books, videos. She holds like online seminars. Like, it's amazing work. She really is amazing. I do believe she is a shamanic practitioner. And I believe she also has a couple degrees, but I don't, off the top of my head, I don't remember, but this is intense, Pisces. I didn't expect this. We're talking about this is intense. This is some real work, this is real shadow work. Like soul retrieval is shadow work. That is dark night of the soul. Those are going back and revisiting moments that were traumatizing, that froze you in time. Like that's big. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of internal work. And I just want to say that I'm very proud of those of you who take the time to heal yourselves like that, because it's not easy. And I know it's not easy. And if you need to hear it, then I am proud of you. So remember that. Somebody is proud of you. Even if, I don't know if people need to hear that right now. There's an emphasis on that. Wow. All right, let me jump into these cards. It'll just keep coming. So, Pisces. This is extremely spiritual. There is a huge emphasis right now on reconnection to source, to the land, to creator, to God, to whomever you source and connect with. We are a collective. But there is a lot of healing work that is taking place right now in the collective. There is a lot of healing work that's taking place right now, literally for the collective. So those of you who are very sensitive are going to feel this. You might be picking up on the residual, outside energies, because in reality, this is a big quantum field. So as members of this collective, we feel, and those of us who are very sensitive and intuitive is what I meant to say. Intuitive and very sensitive empaths, and whatever, label you want to use, you guys might be feeling restless, anxiety, you might be feeling that from the collective. So whenever you are, that goes back to what I was talking about with the tree, where it's when you feel overwhelmed with these energies, go back to being a tree. You see what I'm saying? Go back to rooting yourself in the ground and just hold that vision in your mind. And I love to use that vision in my mind of being a tree, because it reminds me, it's a quick reference, because it's I can walk outside and I can go sit next to a tree and I can literally connect with that tree, and just, I don't know, there's an emphasis on that. So just bear with me. I know if it's not for you, it's not for you, but I'm just here to try and help. So, but Pisces. I know some people connect more in different ways. Some people really connect with movement too. So, even if you gotta take a run or get on a bike or something, if that's what grounds you, then do it. Absolutely do it. You don't have to sit outside, or, you do it your way. You do it your way. I'm just trying to offer, suggestions, or, whatever. So we have the Magician. Very fitting. Magician in the mirror and the Magician. This is stepping into full power. This is totally acknowledging one's true power. We as human beings don't really fully understand our true capacities. We really are beyond this physical. And I feel this could be on an individual level. This could be on a collective level. This is recognizing our infinite possibilities as human beings, recognizing our true divinity. We're not just humans. We are spiritual beings, and we all connect on quantum fields. And we all are part of a collective consciousness. And it's like, this is very deep. So bear with me. This is very deep. A lot of Aries energy right now. But this is like really taking your power back in a situation. I mean, like with just your true self, like really stepping into that power of your true self. That's amazing. The Devil card flipped over here. This is mastering material. Like this is fully like, this is Capricorn energy. This is taking initiative and stepping into like being a true, like, wow, hold on a second. This is coming out into the world after a time period of like, of work, you know, like with the magician, like with what I was talking about. This is like the realization of like, again, holding that power of being like, I create my world. Like you're harnessing that power of being a spiritual being. You're realizing the power of your perception. You're realizing the power of your vision. You're realizing the power of your words. You're realizing the power of your true divinity, your true self. And so by doing that, you're stepping into that like, it's like you're accessing like all the potentials. You're accessing everything that's meant for you, that's here on this world, like that's here on this physical plane. You're accessing everything that is here that is truly meant for you. And it's like really stepping into that process of being like, wow, like there really are infinite possibilities. There really are, like, this is for me. Like I, like it's stepping out of that heavy like mindset. It's like a heavy energy. It's a dense energy. It's that energy of, you know, not feeling good enough, not feeling like, you know, worthy of something, you know, low self-esteem, it's low self-worth, you know, all that energy is being transmuted. All that energy is shifting. All that energy is coming to light to initiate a healing process. And I feel it on an individual level and on a collective level, where we are unrooting our shadows. I'll say it like that. Like we are really sitting and unrooting our shadow parts of ourselves and creating space for creation, for love, for healing. Like that is like, I literally have goosebumps on my arms right now. Like this is absolutely insane. I did not expect this type of a reading for Pisces. But it's very fitting. It is very fitting. This is also very much well in Gemini energy. It's very fitting for right now because this is the Magician and the Devil. It's like, this is that dual concept of the mind, of the matter, of sitting with the shadow self, of recognizing the shadow self, of uniting the shadow self with the higher self. Like, because there's, this is going to go so far into an explanation. So I hope you guys are patient with me while I try to explain this, because this is a topic that is, it's very deep. So I'm going to do the best I can to explain it, like without going into like a lot of, you know, but okay. So there's a lot of misconceptions with different terms and things that people say when it comes to, you know, spiritual awakening and stuff, like, and I totally support it. I'm like, I'm here for whatever makes people happy. But there is a really big misconception about like the ego and like needing to like demolish it, because like you actually need your ego. You need it. You need to come into harmony with it. Like your shadow self and your higher self need to be in harmony with one another, because we need to balance. Like we need that polarity. We need that unity. We need that balance of the masculine, the feminine, we need the opposites. You see what I'm saying? So we can't, like, we can experience one, but we have to have the other. And so, like, this illusion of the ego death and stuff, it's being transmuted into recognizing that you actually are stepping into true unity with your shadow self. You're stepping into true unity with your higher self. You're learning polarity. You're learning to harness those energies within yourself, and to recognize that your shadow self is not bad. It's not negative. It's part of you. It's our journeys here. Like, that's what we like. We all have shadow sides. Like, we all have those aspects of ourselves that we need to be aware of and work on, and bring to the light. And it's that healing work that really truly makes an impact. Because if, like, when you start to do the work on yourself, you become like a little it's like a like it's like, what is the word I'm looking for, where it's like you give off this vibration that creates a domino effect. And so by you doing the work on yourself, the people around you slowly start to come into unity with your energy. And so as you raise your frequency, as you raise your vibration, whatever word you want to use, as you raise your energy, you're helping the people around you just by doing the work on yourself. You see what I'm saying? So there is a huge shift of focus here, where I think that there's an internal focus now, where that energy can now come out to light. Because when you go within and you do the work on yourself, and you look at and you sit with your shadow side or shadow self, and you do the work, and you recognize those parts of yourself that might be uncomfortable, you can see and help the people around you more easily. And I hope that makes sense, because I'm trying to put it in as simple of terms as I can without going on like a huge long tangent. Like, I'm just trying to, simplify it as much as I can to kind of get to the point. And again, maybe later down the road, I can do more videos on topics like that if you would like, if people want that. But this is like truly like stepping into like unity with oneself. Recognizing that our ego, like, we need to have a balance with our ego, with our true selves, with our ego, our higher selves, whatever you want to call it. It's a recognition of coming into unity, into polarity with that, so that we can find balance, so that we can have harmony. There's also a focus on that harmony, that bringing in that peace within yourself, and it will literally radiate throughout your environment. So as you do that work on yourself, you're going to see your environment shift and change, especially right now, because we just had the eclipse and stuff. Like, the energy is wild. Like, it is wild right now. So, wow. But this is like energy being eclipsed out, like, for the benefit of people, like, for the collective. Like, this is like people awakening to the fact that they are more than just human. Like, this is like really, like, this is a massive thing here. This is like people are really like being like, oh, wait a minute, like hold on, this is like a total shift. Like, wow. I did not expect this for Pisces. I came unprepared. I came very unprepared for this. This comes after a time period of feeling very defeated. This comes after a time period of fighting and arguing back and forth. Like, I feel like this is a push-pull, argumentative back and forth, and it's like recognizing harmony, like walking away from what no longer serves you because it's not in alignment with you, with your true self. It's not in alignment with your true self, walking away from it because it's not healthy, because it's causing sleepless nights. Like, if you have anxiety, sleepless nights, like if you've been like kind of like going through it a little bit, it's because of this energy. Like it's bringing it up so that you can actually sit with it, and so that you can reflect on it, and so that you can reevaluate it, and so that you can revisit it. And I know how uncomfortable it is, and I know how it's like that's the last thing you want to do sometimes. But this energy is coming back so that you can recognize your true strength, so that you can recognize your true power, so that you can recognize all of your potential. That's why all of this is surfacing. And these are energies that are very heavy. I mean, this is some serious, serious stuff. Um, I, yep. And it's like some people are going to thrive and they're going to be good. And it's like they got it. They know what's going on. They know how to work the energy. And then other people are going to have a little bit of a harder time because it's that it's the work, you know, it's recognizing that you can't like it's like recognizing that like there's this needs to be evaluated, something needs to be evaluated so that we can let go and move forward. And it's like all this energy is just like it almost feels old. Like this energy is so like old, it feels ancient. Like it feels like this energy has just been like a big giant wet blanket over top of a mass collective. And it feels like this is the beginning of like that breakthrough, because it's like a domino effect. And that's really the only way that I can put it visually, like as a symbol, you know, like because it's like a domino. It's like once one gets tipped over, it's like here comes this whole line. And this is like moving out of that energy, knowing that you need to release, knowing that this energy doesn't serve you anymore. You know, this heavier energy, it doesn't serve you anymore. It's not, we get nothing done argument, or you know, in argumentative energy, like that lower, heavier energy. It's recognizing that we can transmute that, we can come into harmony with that. We don't have to keep repeating this, because the reason why it keeps repeating is so that we can learn, is so that we can identify it, is so that we can recognize it. It keeps repeating because it needs to be addressed. And so for those people who are going to kind of feel more of like this is a lot, like this is really heavy, like that kind of energy, it's because you unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it's for your betterment. Like you got to sit with this. You got to sit with yourself. You have to sit with the energy that you're feeling. You have to identify it. I'm telling you right now, journaling is going to be so good throughout Gemini season. Journaling, writing, any type of intellectual outlet, like of the mind, is going to help through this process of whatever energetic shift is going on. Because if you feel uncomfortable, if you're feeling like I have anxiety, I don't know what's happening, start journaling, start doing that shadow work, because you're going to just start doing the shadow work by journaling, because it initiates that process. So it's like, don't put, you know, you don't have to, you know, there's no right or wrong way. It's sitting with yourself and writing and journaling and identifying those things that it's like, you know, what makes you feel some type of way, like what is making you feel uncomfortable, why do you feel uncomfortable, where does it come from, where is the root come from? And it's recognizing and releasing it, because again, this is stepping into true divinity, the true nature. It's like knowing that you have all the tools necessary. Finally, like seeing finally, like I feel like it's almost like this mindset of being like, almost feeling like not having the tools necessary, but then it's like an aha moment of being like, I have everything I need. Like, I have the tools that I need to do this. Like, I am the only one who can do it within myself. You know, because somebody else can't come into your world and do your inner work. You have to. That's you. And again, Sandra Ingerman talks about a lot of different topics, but just look into if you feel called to it and you feel called to her work in any way, just spend some time and just listen to what she says and you know, just see what she's got to say, because she does beautiful work. And if you feel called to it, I don't know why I'm just emphasizing it, but I really feel like it might help during this time. Maybe offer a different perspective, maybe offer, maybe it'll offer more insight, maybe help understand. I don't know. There's something there though, but she does absolutely, like, she's beautiful work, absolutely amazing. So we got the Four of Cups. This is also recognizing divinity. It's like you have spirit right here offering you some type of cup. And the person under the tree is focused on the 3 cups that are on the ground in front. And then we have the 8 of Cups. Again, this is walking away from, it's almost like I'm actually seeing somebody take what the universe is giving them and walking away from these 3 cups, going up a mountain, going on a journey. So I don't know if you're going to get like an epiphany moment, or if like something's going to come to you. Like maybe you're sleeping, maybe like you have a dream, maybe you are just like, you know, walking outside and it's like you just think about something. It's going to like come to you, and it's like going and deciding like to seek truth in a situation, because it's like recognizing like, yeah, this isn't serving me. Like it's again reconnecting into spirituality, or reconnecting into divinity, reconnecting into the land, reconnecting into truth, into source, deciding to leave again whatever isn't, with this anxiety card, deciding to leave that energy and focus on a journey within, because this is somebody going on a journey within. Because it's like with the 8 of Cups, it's like you're happy, but it's not fulfillment, you know? It's not fulfillment. And this could apply in every aspect of life. Like this could apply in your relationships with family, friends, partners, whatever, like in the collective, like this is all scaled. So you might see this energy just kind of like sprinkled throughout like everything. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. It's just kind of like sprinkled throughout everything, where you might see it amongst people and in situations and yourself. And it's like, wow, what is this energy? It's just like, whoa. The 2 of Cups. Walking towards fulfillment. Unity with oneself, unity with someone else. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the World card. The Hermit at the bottom of the deck with the 4 of Wands. This, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're dealing with romantic situations, you're dealing with somebody who's like doing the work on themselves right now. Like they are severely, like, I mean, really putting in work on themselves. And by doing that, it's truly coming into harmony, truly coming into unity. It's like the completion of something. It's like finally stepping into like truth, you know? It's somebody really doing the work on some type of foundation, some type of structure, some type of what makes them happy, what makes them fulfilled, what makes them feel safe, what makes them feel secure. It's, wanting to build something. It's, wanting to invest in something. And this is somebody recognizing like that they have the ability to do it. They have all the tools that are necessary to do it. They have the power to do it. They have the self-love to do it. This is also somebody helping. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, what is this? Like, you might be, like, I don't want to say catalyst, but it's like you might be like uh, a pivotal, like you might be like a pivotal person for somebody in their life. Like, I don't know if you came into somebody's life and it kind of initiated a process for them, because it's like you came into their life or vice versa, and because like one of you guys stepped into each other's lives, like it initiated this healing process between the two of you, and it has not been easy. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's been a long road, especially with the anxiety card here. And that's why I said I feel it at an individual level and at a collective level. And that's why it took me 40 minutes to get to this part. Because I feel it at a collective and at an individual level. Because this isn't just one, like, situation. This is a lot of people who are going to be going through this, and it's going to kind of come out in different ways, and it's going to be sprinkled. Like, this energy is going to be sprinkled around people, places, your environment, yourself. Like, this is transmuting energy. This is like stepping into alignment with yourself, coming into harmony with yourself. And then also in romantic situations, I strongly feel that there's a dynamic going on where it's like there's one person who's very strong and probably very rooted in spiritual practice, or very rooted in their beliefs, or very rooted in their self-care, and very rooted in their power with the magician. Like, this person is very much well in control of their environment, and knows their self-worth and knows their true power. And then you have this other individual who, because it's like you are mirroring this energy, and by doing that, you actually initiated a process for this person to kind of go on a journey within themselves. Like, I don't want to say that you're helping someone just by being, basically that's really what it is you being you and doing the work on you is actually helping a situation. It's helping somebody else step to their true power, step into that divinity. And so by you just being I don't even know if you realize how much of an example, or how much like this person actually admires you, or these people admire you, because there's also some type of like a recognition too, where I know that this is extremely cryptic, so I'm so sorry, but I hope that it makes sense. It's like I'm just seeing like polar opposites, right? And you have one person very focused on the material, you have one person very focused on the ethers, basically, and anything intuitive, really, and metaphysical. So you have one person focused in metaphysics, and you have another person focused in material. And you both are creating this polarity between that is causing like alchemic reactions between the two of you, where it's initiating a process of healing. And I feel like this is, again, in individual situations, but also on a collective level. So this is some big energies right now, big energies. And so with that, I feel like if you're in the magician energy, like you would know, like you would feel confident, you would feel very in your power, you would feel very grounded, you would feel very secure, you would feel very just in that, And then there's this devil card here, and it's not toxic. The only way that I see anything remotely close to that is that heavier energy being transmuted, because you basically have like a double magician. And that's why I don't feel this as being toxic. I feel this as being more polar opposites. And it's like with that polarity comes balance and unity. And it's like recognizing, it's like somebody's recognizing like what source, what the universe, what they're recognizing what the universe is giving them. And they're like, yeah, I want that. I want that. And it's the completion of a pretty big, tough cycle, I think, individually and collectively, and the beginning of a new one with emotional fulfillment. Because there's a lot of work being done internally on an individual level and a collective level. But I feel like if you're dealing with a romantic connection, it's like, like this has not been easy. Like I feel like you're dealing with somebody who is like literally the opposite of you, or literally like it's like you guys reflect the complete opposites in each other. And because you reflect the complete opposites in each other, it's been a process to kind of work through this. But I feel like the person who's sitting in the magician energy has already, like they're 100%. Like I feel like this magician energy is like, nah, I'm good. Like I'm solid. And I feel like the person who feels like they're more solid, like they're more in their power, is actually helping this other energy go through this. And I don't want to call it a dark night of the soul because I don't see like my cards out here that indicate the dark night of the soul, but it is a little bit like that, where it's like this energy is holding space for this other energy to do the work, and that's a beautiful thing. Like that's a beautiful gift to give to somebody, is to hold space for them and to just allow them to be, and to recognize that they are where they are, and to not put expectations or like projected images, but just recognizing where they are right now and holding space for that. And this has to be a connection. If it is a connection, like this has to be somebody that like that you would have to like you would know, like 100% you would know. But this is like, it's like the masculine feminine kind of dynamic here, where it's like one is holding space for the other and it's reflecting back and forth because somebody finally recognized something, and it has to do with their 10 of cups. Emotional fulfillment, what makes them happy, what's truth, like, what fulfills them. There's a strong emphasis on family, like somebody's recognizing like the importance, like there's a very strong emphasis on family, children, wanting to settle down, wanting to have a family, wanting to have children, or like wanting to emphasize that type of like energy of like spending time with one another, nurturing. It's like recognizing it and being like, this heavier energy just isn't, it's just getting worked through. And I feel like we are at the end of a very long, tough cycle for a lot of people. And I feel like we're finally kind of like at this tail end. And now it's finally starting to shift. And especially with the eclipse, it's going to shift. Like there are things that are going to be eclipsed out, and there are so that new things can come in that are truly meant for us, that are truly part of our path. So I hope that this makes sense. I hope it resonates. I did not expect this type of a reading for Pisces, but then again, it is Pisces. So, but this was really deep. King of Cups. This is being in control of emotions, emotional maturity. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is like mastering emotions, because like when you finally like can come into alignment with like your higher self, and you recognize like, the power of emotions and like your words and stuff, and you really harness that, like it's such a beautiful energy, like, because this is also being able to sit with emotions, being able to identify emotions and also let them pass. to not hold on to them for too long. And then we have the Fool card. It's like wanting to take the offer. Like, it's like the universe, source, creator, they're handing you something. Like, spirit is handing you something. The universe is handing you something. It's an opportunity. It's something. And it's like, you're looking right at it. You see it. Somebody wants to take that leap of faith. Very strong Aries, Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. You might have a Capricorn. You might be dealing with somebody with strong Capricorn, strong water. So like this person might be like, I don't know, maybe they have Pisces in their chart, but it's like they could have a strong earth, water, or like earth, fire. But somebody's seeing it. It's like going after it, stepping into that energy, not being afraid, not having fear, letting all of it go, being present in the moment, going after the opportunity, wanting to invest in something emotional. Because the King of Cups doesn't come out unless somebody is like wants, like, this is somebody like who doesn't invest in something unless it's like emotionally mature. So you could be connecting with somebody who, again, keeps a little bit of a distance. You could be researching and like going after something relating to education. Like you might end up going back to school. You might end up, I'm even seeing like writing a book. Like, I don't know if you're thinking about writing a book, write a book, do it. I see like somebody who is very good with intellectual thought or very good with their words. But this is like wanting to take a leap of faith towards something new. And it's like you might be hesitant about this leap of faith. Like you might be a little bit hesitant, but you're coming into it fresh. Like you're coming into it like with new eyes. So if somebody was like self-sabotaging, like you could have been either you're the person you're connecting with could have been in a little bit of like a self-sabotaging energy. Like sorry, I'm getting multiple different things right now, so I'm trying to put them in order so that I can get them all out because it's multiple different messages here. So we're kind of shifting gears. So if you're dealing with a situation with another person, like romantically connected, whatever it might be, you could have been connecting with a water sign, strong water sign. This person in the past definitely was kind of like, I don't know, feeling like they could get away with something, but I feel like it's being brought to light. Again, there's like an emphasis of like being brought to light. So this behavior is being brought to light. There's an energy that's very protective over a connection, or they're very guarded over a connection, but this is somebody who wants to take a leap of faith toward a water sign, possibly, or they have strong feelings for somebody, but they are fearful of, like, I'm hearing what ifs. Like, I don't know if you, like, have a hard time trusting somebody, or it's like you don't know if you can trust this person. But they're saying, like, kind of, you got to go within. You know, listen to your intuition with this, especially over the Hermit. It's like, you know the truth. The Hermit knows. There could be an energy here with the King of Cups that's self-sabotaging, like an opportunity to take a leap of faith, like because they're hesitant, or they feel like they can get out of a situation. There could be a Queen of Wands who, like, you might be keeping, like, this Queen of Wands, like, keep an eye on somebody, but the Queen of Wands is very intuitive, so she doesn't have to keep an eye on anything. I don't know if, like, this Queen of Wands energy just, like, isn't participating in something because they don't think that it's, like, they don't know if they can trust it. So it's like this Queen of Wands is kind of focused more on this Ten of Cups in the future, with the Two of Cups on her mind, on their mind. This Ace of Wands is very passionate energy. This is like wanting to take a leap of faith, but there's a Seven of Swords here. Like, what is this about? Hold on. That's all my cards. Jesus. Okay. Seven of Swords. What is this? That was so weird. I don't know. You might think that something's like, you might, like, I don't know, like a warning might go off. I don't know if, like, your red flags are going to go up with somebody or something. But see, like, I'm getting this Wheel of Fortune with the Seven of Swords. I don't know if somebody had anxiety over somebody juggling, if you thought somebody was juggling, and so then you set really firm boundaries. And it's like kind of like stressing this person out, or it's stressing you out, or I don't know. You're dealing with a masculine energy, King of Cups. And so we've kind of shifted gears into more of a dynamic here, but it looks like somebody set boundaries with somebody. But this Wheel of Fortune with the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Wands, I don't really like that. I don't know. You might make a decision to walk away from somebody because you don't feel like you can trust it. Like, you might, like, feel like somebody's only out for passion, or somebody only wants, like, passion. So it's like you don't want to. You're kind of like walking away from making it a mistake, because, like, the Fool sometimes can be interpreted as, like, you know, like a very, like you could just, like, not totally think something through with the Full energy and just kind of like take a leap of faith, where it's like you might want to take some time to think about something before making a decision, or like before, like, I don't know, there's something that's not sitting right with the Seven of Swords, and it's not really telling me, and I really don't like when that happens, because I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to figure it out? So let me try one of these. Let me see if this will clarify. Okay, don't take cards off the floor, but it said you came closer than anyone. I don't know, like, so when I pull these in truth cards on the situation with the King of Cups and Seven of Swords, it's like, you're the best thing in my life, and so many things remind me of you. So somebody might feel like they screwed something up, or somebody feels like they messed something up, maybe. And it's like somebody wants to come back around, possibly communicate something. But this Ten of Wands, like, somebody's very stressed out. They're hoping that they can re-spark something. You have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, so it's like, listen to your intuition. You know, like, listen to your intuition when it comes to this situation, because somebody's hoping that they can, like, spark something again. And then with the Seven of Pents, it's like waiting, but something not really taking off. But then it's like the Page of Wands is like very fresh, very like. So I don't know if somebody's like waiting, where it's like they're waiting for the right moment. But I don't know if you're like, I don't know about this. Like, that might be your energy. That might be your perception on it. Because with this, like, Page of Swords with the Queen of Wands, it's almost like watching this energy just kind of like, I don't know if I should. Like, I don't know if this is the right opportunity. Like, I don't know. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting off of this. So I don't know if you're just trying to like analyze it from all avenues and like all different angles. I mean, it would make sense with Gemini energy, where it's like you're trying to see all the possibilities of something. You're trying to like look at everything a different way, but just be careful of that energy, because you don't want to get like, again, stuck in your mind with that anxiety, because the anxiety card came out earlier. So just be careful about like how deep into something that you're thinking when it comes to like maybe a romantic connection, because I feel like you might end up stressing yourself out, or vice versa. But if this is more like about spirituality, about, you know, kind of working through some stuff, I feel like it's going to work out. Like, you're going to be fine. It's just hang in there, do the work, you know, journal, especially journal during this time. Gemini season is a great time to journal and to write and to, you know, really kind of just get all your thoughts out. But when I'm with this Wheel of Fortune, it's like I'm just hearing like what goes around comes around. So I don't know if somebody maybe did something to you in the past, or maybe something happened in the past where it's like you walked away from a situation, and now it's somebody might be coming back around to balance something out. With the World card, the Two of Cups, like they might want to come back around and maybe even possibly have a conversation. At the bottom of the deck, it's like, I love you unconditionally. So many things remind me of you. You're the best thing in my life. So somebody might want to express how they feel, and you might be a little bit hesitant, or vice versa. But I feel like somebody might, like, again, I don't know if they feel like they messed up or something. I don't know, it's weird. It's like a multi-layered energy. This Queen of Wands could be keeping an eye on somebody, but like holding firm boundaries, but also like keeping an eye on somebody. So it's like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aquarius energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo. It's very prominent. So this Queen of Wands might be keeping a firm boundary when it comes to a dynamic, when it comes to the Two of Cups. Because I know a lot of people say like the King and the Queen of Wands like aren't very like, they're always like, oh, they're not committal, but it's like they're not always. Okay, like the Queen of Wands could just be like somebody very passionate, very intuitive, you know, very fiery, but it doesn't mean that they're not committal. You know what I mean? It's just, this is somebody who like goes after passion, goes after things, very fiery, very like, they just know what they want. You know, this is somebody, again, like, it's just they know what they want. You could be very I don't know, you could have somebody from the past who wants to kind of clear the air with something. And I don't know if you're going to entertain it or not, because you might end up following your intuition. But again, I don't know. Your intuition might be telling you something here with the Knight of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Lovers with the Six of Cups. This is somebody who wants to come out of the cold too. Like, I don't know if you left something in the past, like a situation in the past, but it's like, this is a strong connection with the Six of Cups and the Lovers. But you could have somebody who's hoping that they can reconcile, or somebody who wants to reconcile, but they want to clear the air. So there's an energy here that wants to clear the air. And I don't think you see it coming. It's very fitting for the time frame, but I don't know if you're going to entertain it, to be completely honest. You might. It's possible. This person could come back around, and if they're like, they could be like 100% like, I feel like this person has to be 100% with you, or vice versa, in order for this to come together. Because if like this person even picks up on an ounce or like a whiff of bullshit, they're out. You know, and I feel like this person knows that, or the other person you're connecting with knows that. And that's why they might be coming in as the King of Cups now, because they know that they can't be bullshit, you know, because this Queen of Wands isn't going to put up with it. Because she's got a boundary strongly with this King of Cups energy. And it could have been because this person might have felt like they, you know, could pull one over, or like felt like they could get away with something. And it could have had to do with some type of like commitment, or like building something. And it's like, it caused this person to set a boundary and walk away. And then it caused this person to go within. And then now here comes something wanting to be balanced out. And so with the King of Cups, I feel like this is somebody coming in more grounded in their emotions, more aware of their emotions. Whereas before, they might have been only focused on what's in front of them, or only focused on material, or only focused on, you know, whatever they were focused on. And now there's a shift, because there's no longer a juggle. So with no longer juggling, somebody's releasing that anxiety and recognizing abundance and being like, I had that, or I can have that, and really stepping into that emotional maturity. The Page of Swords can be a messenger. It's more of a, I'm going to keep an eye on you type of energy, especially with this Queen of Wands. This is more like, I'm going to keep a firm boundary, keep an eye on you type of deal. This Page of Wands might be a message that comes through. It definitely could be a message that comes through. But as for like collective level, this is going to be like a little bit of a ride to kind of transmute this energy. But those of you who are feeling good, like, you'll be fine. But those of you who feel more like you're having a tough time in this eclipse energy that's kind of coming through and just kind of doing what it needs to do, hang in there, because I'm telling you right now, like, it's going to get better. It's going to shift, and just allow what needs to exit, and welcome in the things that are coming towards you that are meant for you. But this energy with this eclipse and the Mercury retrograde and all the other things that are going on right now, it's not going to be easy for everyone. It's definitely going to be a process for some people, but it's not going to be the end all be all. It's ultimately for the better. It's going to help you transition away from things that no longer serve you. And it's going to help you transition into what is truly truly here in this world for you with the 10 of cups and the 2 of cups. This is fulfillment. This is passion. This is drive. This is infinite possibilities. So people, places, and things fully expect it to change. People might exit your life. New people might come in. Just send them love, and just reflect on what you experienced, what you learned in those situations, and just allow it to come in and go, and just hold space for yourself and for those around you if you can, or if not, focus on yourself, just do the work for you. And just know that, like, you're gonna get through it. You're gonna get through it. You might have some, for example, like, you might completely change your friend group. You might completely walk away from people in your life that you've had in your life for 20 something years. And you might say, hey, like, this doesn't fulfill me. Like, this doesn't feed my higher self. This is a repetition of cycle, or this is a repeating of cycles. And so it's like walking away from that and being like, hey, like, I love you unconditionally, but I have to put this boundary here for my highest good, whether it be family, friends. And it's hard. Boundaries with family is hard. So believe me, I understand, but it's a process that you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. And others of you are going to just ride right on through it. Others of you are going to be able to come into this energy, and you guys are going to know exactly what's going on, and you're just going to let things pass. And you're going to be like, okay, like, I'm here for it. I know that I'm good, So hopefully that these messages, I hope that these messages have helped. I hope that they make sense, and I hope that they resonate and can help you guys through this process. Again, it looks like you guys could be in a connection where it's like the both of you are assisting each other, and you might not even be aware of it, but you guys are helping each other through this process. And there's also a strong emphasis on, like, somebody admiring strength, somebody admiring you for the work that you've done, recognizing that. There's also, with this King of Cups here, it's like somebody recognizing that they have to appreciate, or that they have to express, like, their appreciation, and being like, like, I should treat this person better. I should recognize what this person really brings into my life. And I feel like there's like a moment for somebody where it's like they see that. So I don't know if that resonates or if that makes sense, but with this King of Cups energy, I really feel like there's a shift in consciousness, and it's like recognizing, like, wow, I really haven't been treating this person right, or I haven't been treating this person right, or I haven't been acknowledging this the way that I should. And it's recognizing it and then making that change, or making that effort to then become more aware, to then apply it. And I feel like this other person, that might be why you still kind of have, like, again, if you're in a connection with somebody, they still kind of have it's like they left the light on for you type of deal, but it's like this other energy really has to show this person who has this boundary that they're serious, or that they're committed, or that they're, emotionally mature to want to make an investment. Because I feel like whatever went down in the past with somebody definitely put this person over here with this Queen of Wands with a very heavy boundary. But again, the Queen of Wands is very loving. It's very nurturing, very passionate energy. So I don't think that it's any harshness. I just feel like this is more cautious. And that's why I feel like if there's a dynamic going on, it's like one of you is helping the other one grow. And you might not see it quite yet, but it's like one of you, like, you guys are helping each other grow. And that's really beautiful. It's hard in the process. Like, it's hard to keep that bigger picture in mind, but it's like you both are really helping each other evolve energetically. And this Queen of Wands is keeping her focus on this Ten of Cups, is like holding a vision of the Ten of Cups. So this Queen of Wands is like, I'm going to hold this vision. And I feel like it's energetically helping the other energy, right? Because we bounce off of each other. Like we all are reflections of each other. So as the Queen of Wands holds that high frequency, this other person is naturally rising up to meet it, to meet you in it. You see what I'm saying? I hope that made sense. I really do. That was a pretty intense reading, Pisces. We're at 1 hour and 15. So I think I'm going to call it that for this one and maybe come back and do another one. There's a robin directly outside of my window right now looking at me. So I don't know if there's a significance with robins, but that might mean something to somebody. Again, very strong emphasis on like ancestors and guides. You're being guided, so don't worry. Like Pisces, you're being guided. Anything Pisces energy right now, like it's as a collective too. You're being guided. It's not just Pisces, like it's a collective, but I'm doing it for Pisces reading. But again, we're being guided through a process. It's a healing process. A cardinal just flew by my window as I said that. Very strong emphasis on ancestors, family, and lineage. Very strong emphasis on connecting back with the land, rooting yourself back into the land, remembering where we come from. See what I'm saying? So take that as you will. I hope that these messages helped. I wish everyone the best. I hope everybody's doing good during this time, during the eclipse. Just take time for yourself and ground and just know that, it's going to be okay, and just breathe through it. And just know that the energy will pass and that it's meant for us to learn and that it's meant for us to use as a tool to become the best versions of ourselves. And so with this energy, it's not anything that is going to be hard or scary. It's not like that. This is something that's for us to grow, and it's for our betterment, and it's for our highest good, really. It's a beautiful energy. It really is. Like, this is a beautiful reading. So I wish everyone the best throughout this time, and just know that everybody's safe, and you guys are good. Don't worry about it. Just let the energy flow. Don't try to, fixate. Don't, just let it flow. Keep a journal. Start journaling. Keep your thoughts, like, just keep expressing your thoughts in some way, shape, and form, because it's a really good time to do that, especially in Gemini season. It's a very good time to express your thoughts, to write, to do anything involving the mind. So yeah. But I wish everyone the best. And I look forward to connecting with all of you guys soon. Again, this energy is beautiful, you guys. Like, don't be afraid of it. Like, don't be afraid of this eclipse energy that's coming through. I know it's been probably extremely chaotic in the last couple days, but just let it pass. Let it go. Just be. Remember what I said in the beginning of the reading about just being a tree, like rooting yourself down and just being a tree. Like, keep that in mind, and whatever way resonates with you, in whatever way speaks to you, however you like to ground. That's what's most important, is how you like to do it, what connects with you. I'm just here to offer suggestions and try and help. But, just hang in there. This energy, it's going to be for the best. It's going to be for the best. So what exits your life, just let it leave with love, and just remember that, there are more things to come. And the things that leave, everything happens for a reason. And just, wish those people, places, and things love, and good luck on their journeys, and you continue on yours. So there are going to be a lot of truths that come out in situations with people, places, things. You might recognize, environments aren't the best for you and make a decision on it. You might make a decision on friend groups or even family, even if it's like any levels of toxicity. It's like making the decision for your betterment, making the decision to put boundaries out because it's for your highest good, because you got to take care of yourself too. And I know that when you're dealing with people, like, again, people in your own family, it's like it's hard to put boundaries out, but sometimes we have to do those things to keep ourselves in our best energies. Like, we can't have it's hard to have people with no boundaries like in your life. Like, you got to have healthy boundaries and healthy communication, and believe me, the right people will always be understanding of that and will always have compassion towards you with it. And it's not going to be the easiest thing. Some people have a hard time expressing boundaries and other people are very good at expressing boundaries. And to those people who have more of a hard time with expressing boundaries, just know that this is a growth period for you, because expressing boundaries is a lesson. It's growth. And to overcome that hurdle and to, recognize your truth and be like, no, this is how I feel. This is my boundary. That's growth. That is a huge growth moment for somebody. That's a lesson learned. That's like, wow, I find, like, that's really accessing your true power. Like, that's a big moment. And for some people, it takes a very long time for them to be able to finally really, like, incorporate that energy. It takes a while, whereas other people, it's, they do it more easily. But again, everybody's on a different phase of their journey. And so just know that as you're feeling these uncomfortable emotions, just know that it's meant for you to grow. It's meant for you to use as a tool to help you. Because these things that we experience, like, again, I can use myself as an example. Like, when I was younger, I had a lot of people around me who would not respect my boundaries. And so for me, it was a huge lesson when I was younger that I had to learn. And believe me, I kept getting people who just would consistently push my boundaries. And I would get so upset and I would get so frustrated. And I'd be like, why does this keep happening to me? And then finally it clicked. And I realized that I had to do that work. I had to stand up for myself. I had to, like, find the strength within myself to use my voice. And so I feel like there's a huge emphasis on that, whether it be somebody finding their voice in order, for to set boundaries, or whether it be somebody finding, their path, their clarity. And it's like, what, I'm going after this. This is what I'm doing. I see it clearly. It's like somebody getting that epiphany moment of their vision. It might not have anything to do with boundaries. The only reason why I say boundaries is because the Seven of Wands is here, and that is a boundary card for me. And so this could be spiritual boundaries, this could be physical boundaries, but the only reason why I bring myself into it is because I had experience with that. And so it's easier for me to kind of be like, yeah, here's an example, when I, like, I don't have to make up an example. It's like, yeah, I actually did go through that at one point in my life, and I know how that feels and how hard it can be to set boundaries. And it's like one of those things where it sounds so simple, but it's not. It's not to some people. And it's part of our journey here. And so I feel like anything that you feel that's uncomfortable, anything that you feel that you're just like, oh, why do I got to feel this right now? Why is this coming up? Why is this revisiting? Like, why do I have to go back over this? It's for you to heal, and it's for you to grow and ultimately be a tool in your toolbox, your spiritual toolbox. So again, I hope these messages helped. I'm going to take a little break and go get some food. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves during these times. Rest if you need to. Go outside if you need to. Read a book if you need to. Like, whatever makes you happy. Nurture yourself during this time and just let the energy do its thing. But you guys are good, so there's no need to worry. I wish everyone the best, and thank you guys for joining in on this live stream, and I look forward to connecting with you guys in the future. Take care.